The current legal challenge by the state attorney general to end the settlements, and the arguments for and against this move by different stakeholders, such as school districts, parents, students, civil rights groups and lawmakers. The state of Arkansas has been paying millions of dollars every year to 3 Little Rock area school districts as part of a long-running desegregation settlement that dates back to the 1950s. The settlement was meant to address the racial disparities and discrimination that persisted in the public schools after the landmark Supreme Court ruling in Brown v. Board of Education, which declared segregation unconstitutional. However, in 2014, a federal judge approved a settlement that set an end date for the state's desegregation payments, which totaled roughly $1 billion over the decades. The settlement required the state to continue the payments only until the 2017 to 2018 academic year, and also imposed certain conditions on the school districts to maintain their progress toward integration and academic achievement. In 2021, the state attorney general filed a motion to end the settlement and stop the payments immediately, arguing that the school districts had failed to comply with the conditions and had not shown sufficient evidence of desegregation. The Attorney General claimed that the settlement was no longer necessary or effective, and that it was imposing an unfair burden on the state's taxpayers. The motion was opposed by various stakeholders, such as school districts, parents, students, civil rights groups and lawmakers, who argued that the settlement was still needed and beneficial for the students and the community. They contended that the school districts had made significant efforts and improvements in addressing racial disparities and discrimination, and that ending the settlement would jeopardize their progress and resources. They also pointed out that the state had not offered any alternative plan or support for ensuring equity and quality education for all students. The motion is currently pending before a federal judge, who will decide whether to grant or deny it. The outcome of this legal challenge will have major implications for the future of public education in Arkansas and beyond. It will also mark a turning point in the history of school desegregation in America, which began with the courageous actions of the Little Rock Nine more than 6 decades ago. The potential impacts and implications of ending the settlements for students of different races, backgrounds, and abilities, and how they might affect the quality, diversity, and equity of education in Arkansas. Arkansas has a long and complex history of school desegregation, dating back to the landmark Supreme Court case of Brown v. Board of Education in 1954, which declared racial segregation in public schools unconstitutional. Since then, some districts in Arkansas have voluntarily integrated, such as Fayetteville and Hoxie, while others have faced resistance, legal battles, and violence, such as Little Rock Central High School. In order to address the remaining vestiges of segregation and promote racial balance in schools, the state of Arkansas has been paying millions of dollars annually to 3 Little Rock area school districts. Little Rock, North Little Rock and Pulaski County Special School District. These payments, known as desegregation aid, have been used for various purposes, such as magnet programs, interdistrict transfers, staff training, and student support services. However, in 2014, a federal judge approved a settlement between Arkansas and the 3 districts that set an end date for the desegregation aid. The settlement agreement requires the state to continue the payments only until the 2017 to 2018 academic year. The state attorney general argued that some districts were using outdated legal decrees to try to avoid school choice and that the payments were no longer necessary or effective. But what does this mean for the students of different races, backgrounds, and abilities who attend these schools? How will the end of the desegregation aid affect the quality, diversity, and equity of education in Arkansas? Some possible impacts and implications are: the loss of funding could jeopardize the sustainability and quality of magnet programs, which are designed to attract students from different neighborhoods and offer specialized curricula and instruction. Magnet programs have been shown to increase academic achievement, student engagement, and cross-cultural understanding among students of diverse backgrounds. The end of interdistrict transfers could limit the options and opportunities for students who want to attend schools outside their assigned zones. Interdistrict transfers have been used by some students to escape low-performing or unsafe schools or to access better resources or programs. However, they have also been criticized for contributing to racial imbalance and segregation in some schools. The termination of staff training and student support services could affect the ability of teachers and administrators to address the needs and challenges of students from different racial, ethnic, socioeconomic, and linguistic groups. Staff training and student support services have been aimed at improving cultural competence, reducing achievement gaps, preventing discrimination and harassment, and fostering positive school climates. The end of desegregation aid could also signal a lack of commitment and accountability from the state to ensure that all students receive equal access to quality education regardless of their race or background. The state could face legal challenges from districts or parents who claim that their constitutional rights have been violated or that their schools have been neglected or underfunded. In conclusion, the end of desegregation aid in Arkansas could have significant impacts and implications for students of different races, backgrounds, and abilities, and how they might affect the quality, diversity, and equity of education in Arkansas. While some may argue that the payments are outdated or ineffective, others may contend that they are still necessary or beneficial. The ultimate outcome will depend on how the state, districts, schools, and communities respond to this change and work together to ensure that all students have equal opportunities to learn and thrive.